everyone. Summer with Astaria Sen, and I just wanted to jump on here and let you know I will be participating in the 13 Nights of Samhain hosted by the Wild Witch. I'll leave her link down in the description so you can go check everything out. I won't be doing all of the prompts. There's 4 of them that I'm not participating in, and some of them I'll probably lump together. But this first one is all about what Samhain represents to you. And to me, Samhain is connection. Now, it hasn't always been that way. I used to be pumpkins and decorating and dressing up with my adult children because as little children, they could not celebrate. Me and their father had a disagreement on how things should go, so we had to compromise, and one of the compromises was they did not celebrate Samhain or Halloween until they were older, much older, like 18. And it went that way, but after they turned 18, they did. They dressed up and we did things together. And I mean, it was a fun experience, but I don't know that that represents Samhain for me, right? It's more a feeling for me, and reaching out for connections or allowing those connections to come to me. And mine is very fae based. And this time of year, the other world is more readily available to people. To regular people, right? You can see things that you wouldn't normally see, hear things you wouldn't normally hear. And while I do not personally work with spirits or the spiritual world, like I don't like ghosts and that kind of thing, and even those ancestors who I do work with for Samhain, because it's part of what I see represents Samhain is ancestor work. Like my mom, I definitely put out pictures of my mom and stuff like that, and I've done ancestors cards recently that I'll be using this year. But it's the idea of connecting or connecting in those ways and being vulnerable and aware and acknowledging. And that acknowledgement goes a long way with a bunch of things. And hopefully, because most fae know my area is a fae friendly area, and I consider the fae who go out troping about, who go out, traveling during Samhain and Beltane, because it's very set up in stories over all the folklore and stuff like that. When you hear about the fae doing wanderings, it's very much during when the veil is thinnest. And I don't know that I believe that's the only time they go out traveling or changing from place to place. I just think that that's the most frequent time people see them, because the veil is thinner and you're more open to seeing them. Because when we think about Samhain, we often think about ghosts and the spiritual world and that being way more prevalent. So we are actually opening ourselves up more for those kind of experiences just because we believe in it, right? So I think that's why people see the fae more often during Samhain, for sure. And there's a lot of stories, Samhain stories of fae kidnapping people and being gone for a year and a day. And I don't know that I contribute it all to Samhain. I do feel that it is a lot more prevalent, and I do think that that's part of Samhain and my spirituality for me is the fae. And I call them the wandering fae because they're out, they're doing things. And so, I'm going to see where that wandering fae thing takes me. But I'm very fae orientated, and as these prompts go, I'm pretty sure you're going to figure out how I kind of use that in my practice with Samhain. But it's been a long process, that what it represents, I had to give it some true thought, because I didn't really think a lot about what it represents in my spirituality. But after giving it some real, heavy thought, I've decided that it's all about connection for me. It's connecting to things I feel comfortable connecting to. Now, I'm not going to connect to ghosts and spirits and seances and those kinds of things. I have zero desire to do that. And any that are coming to me, they know better than to scare me, or I will not acknowledge them. Pretty much, I'll be just like, oh, with you. But I will be open to experiences that are not scary, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's what it is for me. I hope I see some more out there. I've already seen a couple, and it's really interesting to see how people kind of see Samhain and how it represents, how it like portrays out in their spirituality and stuff. So I'm really interested and keen to see how far this goes, and I hope you guys try it out. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a very Great day.